So I'm John and this is Pete. So together we're riding around the world, starting in England, riding through Europe, Russia, Mongolia, and then back into Russia. And then from the edge of Russia, we shipped the bikes to South Korea, rode through South Korea, and then shipped the bikes to Seattle. And then from Seattle, we rode up to Alaska. And then from Alaska, we're riding back down to Argentina. So our final destination is Ushuaia. And then that we should be there by the end of the year, at which point we'll ship the bikes back to the UK.
Back to work.
So yeah, this is the beast that's taken us around the world. We fitted a few aftermarket parts before we left to make it a bit more suitable for long distance. And for example, the obvious one that captures everyone's attention immediately is the aftermarket fuel tank. This particular one's from Safari, which is an Australian company, who were kind enough to supply us with these free of charge once they realised which cause we were raising money for. The tank's been absolutely critical. It holds 28 litres, which I think is around 7.5 US gallons. But coming through the remote areas of Siberia, we would have been completely lost without it. It was absolutely necessary. Other than the custom tank, we've got decent lever protection here. Again, we've dropped the bikes multiple times, so knowing that we've got the levers fully protected is again critical. I wouldn't like to be snapping a clutch lever in the middle of Mongolia and not have any spares. Just for comfort reasons more than anything, we fitted some wide foot pegs. When you spend all day riding stood up, it's just a bit more comfortable to have something a bit wider under your feet. We've also got this custom seat here, which was actually built by an American company called Bill Mayer Saddles. They took the original stock seat, kind of ripped it down slightly, and then just filled it out with loads of excess pad, which has been awesome. We're never complaining about our arses. That's not the reason why we ever get off the bike. So it's obviously doing its job. What else do we do? We've got a slightly harder spring in the rear as well on the shock, just to handle all the extra weight. The bike's obviously not designed for all this additional weight on the back. Other than that, we went with stock gearing, so we've left the original size sprockets front and back, which has been, it seems like the perfect balance for highways runs, and also gives you plenty of torque off-road as well, so that's been good. What else do we have? The only other additional part of the back there is the Yoshimura exhaust, and that's just because we like the sound of it. But in addition to that, we've got this luggage system from Wolfman, which has been really useful. It's kind of quick on and off, so it's easy to get things on and off the bike, and it's all fully waterproof. So we've been through big river crossings with these things, and everything stayed completely dry. The other modification that we did make that's not stock was fitting a kickstart. The S model is not fitted with a kickstart as stock, but we figured that if we're in the middle of nowhere and we've got problems with battery, we didn't fancy pushing the bike if we're in a big bog or something like that, trying to get it started again. It was just for peace of mind more than anything, but to be honest, we've not actually used it since we left. The GPS units were supplied by Garmin. This one's a Montana, but on the other bike we've got a Zumo, both of which have proved awesome. They're sat here on top of this custom-made dash, which John actually built himself. This was just so that we can charge all of the electronics when we're out in the middle of nowhere. If we're camping, we can charge our phones, our laptops and whatever, all through there. The other one is the Oxford heated grips as well. That's a nice luxury coming up through Alaska. Things got a bit cold up there, so that came in handy.
Cool. So basically, we have a website which is toughmiles.com. We also have a Facebook page which you can link through our website. We should also mention as well that this trip, although we're doing it for fun and it's been amazing travelling around the world on a motorbike, we're actually also raising money for cancer research, which is a charity that affects so many people around the world. So we think it's a great cause to raise money for, and our target is £5,000. So we set ourselves quite a high target, but we're almost there. So fingers crossed we'll reach it by the end of the trip.
Yeah.
Suzuki way of life.